Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a quick update on my Shadow Hail of Arrows Marksman build here. That still remains one of the best Marksman builds in the entire game at the moment. I just played like Heartseeker and Lightning Chakram lately, but someone on Reddit came up with a very nice interaction here. Thank you Misha for letting me know. Also thank you to this guy here that really found out this whole new tech that I want to show you today. But first, I will just show you real quick. I have a build guide for this entire build on my channel, also on Epoch Tools. I'll just show you the current interaction here. This is my character that I had last season. It was 1.1 in the season reset. I'm still with the old gear, so no guaranteed crafts here. With phase point, whole rotation, you put out smoke bomb to generate shadows. You walk over a black arrow to get the buffs. Use shift to get all the multipliers from here. Shoot, and then you get a shit ton of dot damage here from the ticks from Hail of Arrows, and we stack as much flat damage as possible. Now, we actually got something new for the entire build. So I already updated my build guide, and this was with Crystalwind here. So here, if we use a bow attack, we pretty much get this damage multiplier here, 4 stacks, so this is like 40% more damage up to 15%, so you can basically get 60% more damage with your next bow attack. And with this build, it's absolutely perfect because, as you can see here, we are permanently moving around with our 8 stacks. So every time when we shoot, we get this full damage multiplier here. Now, this guy on Reddit also showed an interaction with Ravager start, which is actually insane and makes this build so much better in terms of damage output. So I also expected the way that he showed in his video with the Hail of Arrows duration, with recurve chance, with this fire conversion here, so that we can get the flat damage from bowfire damage per stack of Dragon Fang here, since Hail of Arrows has a crazy 325 damage effectiveness, and also in combination here with the Dust Shroud stacks and the Black Arrow, you get some Dust Shrouds, not that much, but you also auto-generate the Black Arrows here, so that's a very good quality of life. And now I pretty much show you the damage with this one right here. As you can see, the dot ticks are way higher now, so this damage increase is quite insane actually for this build. The interaction, as I said, still the same, but for bossing, for mapping, also just in general with the Crystalwind here, before not many people like this build because you always needed to do the full rotation that I do here, but now with the black arrows that proc all the time, plus this guaranteed more damage multiplier, you can just like run around, maybe in between, put one smoke bomb, quick shift, and then do the damage. It's a lot of dot damage here that you can pretty much get out with Hail of Arrows. I will show you real quick how it looks in action. 1000 corruption, as I said. I also have a video where I showcased 1k corruption with this build, but I will just show you the updated version now with the Ravager's helmet, also with the quiver. This is the full rotation, you walk around, you kite some enemies, then you can kill them behind you. Damage is quite insane. This is probably like a very bad monster density here, but I'll show you the damage real quick. This is with the full rotation, boom, everything dies immediately. If you don't do the full rotation, now also the damage is a lot better actually, so you can do shift, right click, it will still die, but if you have, of course, the black arrows on top, it will be a lot stronger. Let's maybe find a better monster density here. This is usually also how you play this build, because it was made for arena. You just kite around, get all the enemies inside, and then they die. And then you just have to kite around the area, because now we have a very long core duration, actually for 13-14 seconds. You can just stand here, kill them quite easy. Move on, go to the next position. We have a lot of movement speed. And everything dies in the zone again. Look around what we have to do. Kill some guy here. Pretty low monster density actually here, so maybe we can do another one after this. And you just kite around. Also very safe playstyle, as you can see. Usually it only takes like one cast and then everything dies. Same for bosses. Let's do one more. This was a pretty shitty echo right here. And also, so pretty much we don't have to put Hail of Arrows duration anymore on the helmet, so we can go like completely defensive here with the increased health. This looks a bit better. Smoke bomb, black arrow, hide a little bit, on top of a black arrow, and everything dies. Let's move on. As I said, not the favorite play style. You have to get used to it. Normally people just like to spam their skill. This is like a completely different way of playing the build, and that's why also this build, technically, from a mechanical standpoint, it is the most defensive playstyle, because if you just scale movement speed, almost no enemy can reach you. So you can do whatever you want here, just run away, do your combo real quick, shoot, and the enemies are so stupid that they just run inside your hail of arrows and they die immediately. So this makes it one of the best arena pushers in the entire game. Also, I think last season I saw a lot of hail of arrows players, and also Tank back then did like an 800 push. I think my best was like 500 or 600. So yeah, if you're really planning to push arena, this is still going to be your best marksman build actually in the game. But as I said, you have to get used to this whole gameplay rotation. It's not the favorite for everyone. Now I can just stand here, run around. As I said, 1000 corruption and the guy dies. Let's do one boss real quick. This one is actually where this build is actually strongest. It's only, I would not recommend play this build on Aberoth, because Aberoth is just running around all the time. I also have a video where I kill Aberoth, but sometimes you have to get lucky that he's not fully walking around the whole arena. He's doing this move, as I said. Now here, if you mess this one up, then you have to drag him inside here. But once the damage is on top of him, it's a very easy playstyle. You just kite around and let the damage do all the rest here. You can pretty much dodge every incoming attack here. But again, and that's pretty much the whole gameplay. Very easy once you get used to it. Rotation out, so every time when you got smoke bomb up, you can just cast it. Now I put it here. He will run inside again. Yeah, that's pretty much the update for the build. 1000 corruption, you can go as high as you want with this build, because if you play it perfectly, nothing can technically happen. And then you can pretty much kill every content in the entire game. Not the fastest way, but still a very safe way. If you enjoy this build, it is one of my favorite builds actually in the entire game, because it has such a unique interaction here. Also, what pretty much this one allows here, we could technically get some frailty buff here, because the Heartseeker, you don't also need it on your skill bar. The Heartseeker can also apply frailty stack, so I would change it here. Also, what I changed here, you can get the sharpshooter buff. This also works with the projectile. I can show you real quick here. So that's another 250% increased damage actually that you can get from the Ravager helmet here. It procs right here. So this is not bow attack, this is really in general, like also throwing attacks proc this sharpshooter effect here. And this one, as I said, is always up. That's a good damage increase here for the dots. Pretty much everything I changed. What I would also change now, back then I played the combination with this reduced bonus damage taken from critical strikes. Now I would actually go back, I don't have the gear for it right now, but I would go back for crit avoidance, because now also on our blessings we have the dodge rating, and dodge in general is pretty much the best mechanic for this build. When you play higher corruption, you pretty much get one shot anyways, so if we scale dodge, then at least you have some more chance to survive here. And also for arena, it's pretty much the best mechanic, like I said. You will die at a certain corruption level anyway with one shot, so at least you can dodge here. That's pretty much the whole new interaction with Crystalwind and Ravager start, so a lot of quality of life. Is, in my opinion, also the best way how you can actually use this helmet here. Very cool interaction. Again, shout out to the guy on Reddit and Misha for letting me know. Pretty much to change, maybe we can even get rid of the idols here, so we don't need that much Hail of Arrows duration anymore, because this node right here actually increases the duration a lot. So yeah, very, very cool interaction also. My Shadow Hail of Arrows build guide is on LE Tools. Also the difference, Tank and I, so the creator of Tank Labs and I, we pretty much make this build popular. He was doing it for the crazy arena runs, I was doing a build guide and some videos for it. Also, people ask me what's the difference between like Shadow Halos, Halo of Arrows, and Cold Halo of Arrows from Tongue. There's no difference, guys. Technically, you could play this build also with the fire conversion, because we just scale as much flat damage as possible and scale it with the increased elemental damage over time affix and also with dexterity. So that's pretty much globally like buffs all the flat damage that we scale. I just like to call it Shadow Halo of Arrows back then because it pretty much was the only Marksman build that utilizes the whole Shadow mechanic. So yeah, Cold Halo of Arrows, Shadow Halo of Arrows, same build. Tongue and I are always in contact and are trying to make this build better and provide as much quality of life as possible for the whole content with this build here for Arena and all the endgame content, of course. So yeah, that's the new update. Thanks for watching, guys. I will update my build guide as well, and see you guys soon again.